All right, this is going to be interesting. Today it is, well, it's the same day as me recording the previous video, but today we are going to be putting together my new streaming rig, which will be 80%-ish complete to what I want it to be. The only issue with this rig is I don't have a dedicated, like, good graphics card for it. It's gonna be rocking my 1660 Ti, which, for lack of better words, is not a good graphics card in the year of 2025. This time we're gonna be aiming for premium comfort while we do this, so I'm gonna roll my big corduroys beanbag out of here and bring in a folding table. Will we be able to unfold this 6-foot long folding table in here? Well, we'll have to find out in a moment. This is actually the table I used to use for my original PC builds back in 2019. One of the two. The other one's actually sitting over here holding all of my books and stuff. Oh, it's not as big as I thought it was. Why do I remember this thing being huge? What? All right. I used this at the barbecue. I cooked that too recently. Luckily, it doesn't smell like hamburgers. Oh. Well, what do you know? It fits perfectly. Let's get everything over here. So with this particular build, we're putting a 9900X in it, Ryzen 9 9900X, which is an exceptionally good CPU for this generation. It's going in a Corsair 3500X. Not their latest case, but it's still pretty nice, you know? Like, this just pops off really easy like this. So we'll just set that over here. And then this side also just ejects like that. It just comes off like so. Just gonna put those two over there. Safety and compliance, other parts. My screwdriver is behind all of this. Screwdriver set. Gotta see what the back of this sucker looks like, which I assume just pops off. Yep, just pops off like that. Cool. And it's got tape in here for this mesh plate, which is magnetic, as you can see. The magnetic sheet. And then we need to take the top part off, which, trying to see if I can find a good angle for all this. That just pops off like that. Oh, there's another piece of tape right here. Won't need that. I just noticed my wife's water bottle is still right here. So this is the back. Some room for some drives to be screwed into. Pretty simple. Now we have a new motherboard. We're not using my old one anymore. And then we got this abhorrent mess of just cables right here. We're gonna put the motherboard and the CPU and everything together first, and then get the graphics card out of my old computer. Actually, I'm probably gonna do that now. This is everything that I'm gonna be taking out of the build aside from the power supply, which I have to pull out later. 1660 Ti, ancient graphics card by today's standards. My 990 Pro, which is the SSD that has my operating system and all my stream stuff. We don't really need to transfer anything over since it's not a fully brand new build. And then my Elgato, this is how I connect to my gaming PC. So I got all of that. I think what I'm gonna do first is dust this out really quick. And my duster is behind you in the closet. My entire closet has just boxes from all the parts I've bought over the years. And there's some spare fans in here too that I need to get out of there somehow. Okay, I blew the fan blade so hard it actually cut my finger. What the heck? That is the first time I've ever gotten injured building a PC. So we're gonna put all this to the side for now. I'm sitting it on some soft stuff, some notebooks and whatever. Let's sit this here with the covers. We have to put the motherboard and the CPU setup together first. Oh, they actually hurt. All right, now that we've recovered from our actual super brutal injury, let's see. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Let's pop this out. Put it to the side. Where'd I put my screwdriver? All right. Let's cannibalize this entire thing. I think my wife has this motherboard, if I'm not mistaken. Pray we don't break it like I did the last time I broke a motherboard. Okay. Anything important in here? Cables. That reminds me, I gotta get all my old SSDs out of that computer too. I love that we're building a new computer technically, so I don't have to find a place to put the old motherboard. I just gotta find a place to put the old PC. It'll be cannibalized, but still gotta put it somewhere. Okay. Let's slowly but steadily, let's be careful with this. Kinda wish I had gloves on, to be honest. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna put our RAM in first. Should be the first 2 slots, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. It's just Flare X, so it's nothing crazy as far as RAM is concerned. But you don't really need like super duper fancy RAM. It's nice and secure. I think it's a level 2. Next is the CPU. These are so scary for me, or to me, because the AM5 platform is super easy to break from my experience. And I know that because I broke it before. I have in fact broken an entire AM5 motherboard before. I've bent some of the pins where the CPU goes because it's designed really weird. It's very easy to sit a CPU in there and it accidentally bends a pin, so you gotta be really careful here. I got a warranty on the motherboard too, not the CPU. I got a warranty on the AIO. Get that out of there. All right, there we are. That actually just scared me so badly, I'm not gonna lie. Making sure I can find the right corner, because these things have a very specific corner that they go in. It's like cracking open a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. If we break this motherboard, the video has to stop tonight. We literally can't do anything. There it is. That is a $500 CPU that we got for basically 40% off. Okay. Okay, steady. We did it flawlessly. Oh my God, my heart is beating right now. And then let me see, how do you get this off? Oh, all right, so here's our cover for our SSD. I'm gonna pop this sucker right in here. Nice and easy. Maybe not so easy. There we go. Okay, that's secured, and then we just pop this back in. These new SSD covers, or these thermal covers, they're so convenient, bro. I have no idea how this goes back in here. Oh, that's it. Wow, that was easy. This thing has a lot of SSD slots. It's got one right here. It's got, I think, 2 under here. Oh, I get it. There's like a little trigger you have to press in. Oh, I see. Graphics card. Unreliable. I mean, I don't have to do this because normally you want to test all your parts to make sure everything works, but it should work if I want to be lazy. I don't know about you guys, but I think I want to be lazy. So this is all set. Let's scoot some stuff out of the way, make some room. Now we need to get this bad boy in the case. Everything should be working just fine though. And if it doesn't, well, I'll take it apart. But it should be fine. So let's get everything back in their cases really quick because we need to make some room. Okay, this is gonna be awkward. So this is the top part for people that are gonna be a little distorted by the angle that we have everything set up at right now. But yeah, let's see. Do I need to take anything off here? Nope. Oh, there's a flash BIOS and clear CMOS button. What? That's convenient. So it's in there technically. We need to, it's the Wi-Fi cable. We need to find these screws that'll go with this. Should be about 9 slots we got to screw in. Yeah, I'm trying to keep everything neat and organized over here. Okay, so it's in, the screws are in here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, this looks like, is this a graphics card support bracket? I think that's what that is. I have to look through the instructions and double check, but okay. Pretty certain these are the screws we're looking for right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's right. Yeah, these other ones look too big. This is the part that I hate the most. But luckily, with a lot of modern PC builds, you don't have to go too crazy with like putting the motherboard in, because there's so much space right here. With my previous first builds, it took forever to get the motherboard like properly in here. Yep, that's the right screw, perfect. So we're gonna get this in here. Fortunately, this screwdriver is not magnetic. I'm a very seasoned veteran now when it comes to PC building. It's so crazy sometimes to even think about. Like, I've built so many computers now. I've built 5 for myself and 1 for my wife. 5 computers, ain't that crazy? Okay, we've got 1 spot there. Only a few more to go, and then 2 in the corners up top, and then 1 at the bottom, actually. Let's get these 2 up here first. Get that out of the way. I use my finger to kind of lead the screw in, since, again, we are torturing ourselves with a non-magnetic screwdriver. I should just go to Micro Center and get one, but by the time I get it, I'll be done building, you know, this computer, so it doesn't really matter. Cool. And again, this case, it is so light. This is one of the lightest cases I've ever used. Motherboard is in. So secure, little lift test, scare myself a little bit. All right, now we gotta do some cable management. This whole slew of cables it's disgusting to look at, to be honest, but I know where all of these go. Whole mess of stuff. I believe this might be our audio cable. Yeah, this is audio. This is for the F panel. And thank the Lord they don't have them separated, because some of the motherboards, they'll have them in like little, like, separate cables for some weird reason. I hate that so much. I love it when it's just one little block. So let's see. Oh, USB-C, we need that. SATA cable, we need this. So let's see if we can funnel all of this through here in a way where it looks coherent. And I mean very coherent, because this is gonna be this is gonna be messy. It's always messy though, to be honest. Messy, 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 and I'm not talking about football, or am I? All right, so I don't know how I'm gonna thread this through here properly. We're just gonna kind of do something. So let's move some of this out of the way. I think we'll come down from below right here. Let me see, where's the SATA cable? Oh, I see it. I see the slot for it is what I mean. I wonder if we can tuck this in here. Let's go through with my original idea, actually, of threading the cables through here nice and neat. So yeah, there we go. This will go right here. And this goes a little slot. There's a little click right there. This F panel cable will go down here, and this is what's, actually, we're gonna thread it through this under part right here, but this will do a lot of stuff, primarily like our buttons and whatever, so they work on the computer. Let's see if we can just do it like this. It goes right here. Perfect. So yeah, that's really easy. SATA cable, F panel cable, and then we need our audio, which if I'm not mistaken, I think goes right here. Or might go right here. Let's see. All right, here it is. This is the audio cable. Okay, so we're gonna thread this audio cable through this panel here. Whoa. And that is gonna go, like I said, on this little corner right here. That's gonna go. It was kind of fighting me, so I got scared. Cool. All right. it was fighting me a little bit, but there we go. So audio cable's hooked in. Let's see, USB-C. gonna thread you right through where I threaded the SATA cable earlier. I don't know if this is in here good. Actually, I probably want to bring this up a notch so it isn't just dangling. So this is gonna be really weird. Doing PC builds is fun, but it tests your patience when it comes to having a ton of cables to manage. So if you're wondering what that's gonna look like, there's a dedicated slot on pretty much any modern motherboard now. Right there. That's a nice little USB-C slot. Let's get a plug in. Well, it's supposed to. There we go. Nice and easy. Now we got to do some cable management for the fans and everything else. Got the fan set up. I didn't remotely want to film that because of how annoying it was. But some of these cables I feel like are gonna be a little too stressed. So I'm trying to kind of work it in a way where it makes sense. Like this USB-C cable has been giving me some issues. And I think that's just because it doesn't want to bend a certain way, which is fair, but come on, stop fighting back. There we go. And we can just try to thread it through here because the way I set it up right now, I had to zip tie everything in the back. Ooh, but that's gonna be in the way. So here's our totally monster GPU, 1660 Ti. Ooh. I don't like when things make noises, like crunchy noises. There we go. Nice and secure. I don't know if I like this USB-C cable. Let's unplug that for a hot second. Get rid of that. And then, where'd my screwdriver go? This is my big one. Okay. I think I mildly just stripped that screw like a tiny bit, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Can't believe I'm still using this ancient graphics card sometimes. It's so funny to me. Okay, weight-wise, that should be fine. I don't think it's gonna be burdened too badly. And then this can just go right above it. As such, perfect. Last two things we gotta do now, well, three things I guess, is line up my Elgato 4K60, which I'm hoping will perform much better on this motherboard compared to my old one. Because the 4K60 is it can be an exceptionally good card, but this thing is it's very questionable sometimes. Be careful. There we go. Nice and easy. And then these panels, these extra panels are just gonna go in my box or something. Cool. Now, part of me kind of wishes I put that at the bottom one, to be honest, so it won't get so much heat, but it'll probably put a little too much heat, like, well, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. This is almost done. I gotta put a fan back here, so I think I'm just gonna take my old one out of my old PC. It's gonna be a little off until I get the proper fans to replace, like, whatever extra ones I'm gonna add in here. I don't know what's supposed to go, like, down here. Like, what is this? I don't know what this is. It's like empty space. I had to borrow another Next fan from that I just never used, actually. So this is gonna be jank. It's gonna be not only the wrong brand, but the wrong color too. Unfortunately, it's gonna look a little ugly. I eventually will put like all Corsair fans in here just to make it, you know, in unison, but for the time being, this will have to do. Also, I found my magnetic screwdriver. It was in the same box that this fan was in, funny enough. Probably want this about like right here so you have room for the AIO. All right, that's in there nice and secure. This cable is gonna have to look a little fugly. I hate putting these kind of cables in, to be honest. Only because there's never really a good spot to put them. They're always in the way. Like these exhaust fan cables, bro. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's only a 3-pin. There's a little hook right here to kind of keep this in place, so that's actually really nice. All right, on to the AIO. So the AIO that we're using today is a Elite Liquid 360 from Cooler Master. I know some people aren't a fan of AIOs and their belief that they can fail really easy. And to be fair, they're not exactly wrong. I mean, AIOs aren't, from what I understand anyway, you know, foolproof. They can't give out like any other piece of hardware, but I prefer them for the nice temperature regulation. Which makes me wonder, am I gonna have to undervolt this CPU? I need to look into that actually. Oh man, so many cables. But here we are. Beautiful radiator. That's everything in that box. So now we gotta figure out what direction, because I think we'll probably want it like this. So we can do like something like this, maybe? Okay. Let's get this secured, which it should just fit up here. Yeah, this will fit up here nice and easy. I'll show you guys what that looks like. The $1 million question is, there's some connector cables here. Maybe we're supposed to figure that out first. I'm so used to whatever radiators I get to already be properly put together. If you wonder why I'm breathing heavy, it's A, I'm holding my breath trying to be careful, B, it's hot in my office. It's very, very warm here right now. But if I crank open the window, you're gonna hear crickets. All right, so we got 3 cables right here. Looks like each of these goes in a slot. You can also side mount this thing if you wanted to too, but I don't really believe in side mounting. Unless I want to break something, I mean, and then, you know, tuck these in here. Or actually in the one above it first. Now, like I said before, $1 million question. Which screws do we use with this? It's the smaller ones that were a little questionable earlier that go here. Oh, to have a power drill. You know, if there are any power drill PC companies out there, man, hey, if you're looking for a guy to sponsor, I'm your guy. Okay? Here we go. Can't rely on just those 2 screws to hold it in, so. If you're gonna go, this one's in there sideways. All right, we got all 4 corners secured. Now I have to put the inner screws in. AIO is fully installed, at least the radiator is anyway. Now we need to get the CPU set up. So I don't know which one is which. I might actually have to look up a YouTube video. Actually, let me show you guys. So basically, oh, this is Intel stuff. Here's the AMD side. Screw the brackets off right here. We already did that. So there's that. We go to this side right here. We need to make sure it's just upright in the right position basically. And it looks like the pumps need to be facing towards the RAM, so I think we should be okay. And then we just screw it in like that. All right, so here's the base screws. I think these go short side in, long side up. So that makes sense. So we're gonna wanna put this right here. Not a lot of stickers or anything to really remove from this thing. That's nice and secure. AMD and Intel like setups are so weirdly different for some reason. I don't really know what the difference is, to be honest, like when it comes to like installing an AIO. I don't understand why you have to set them up so differently. But AMD is king right now, best CPU brand in the market by far. Intel is heavily played out. It ain't even a matter of just being played out, they just suck. Right now in comparison anyway. And then these are the screws we actually have to screw on, like with a screwdriver. So we'll probably use our magnetic screwdriver for that. But the piece de resistance is this. So this is gonna go slap right in there. Actually, let's change up angles a bit. Get all close and personal. That should fit. Perfect. Nice and easy. This might be one of the easiest PC builds I have ever done. We still have to put the PSU in here. Actually, I can just do this by hand to get it set up, and then I'll tighten it with the actual like screwdriver that lets me spin infinitely. This is gonna be one of my least like heavily edited videos of all time because of the way we're gonna be doing this. Like, there's gonna be so much footage. This is gonna be just a literal like ASMR video. Yeah, I wish I had a drill right now, like a power drill or something, like a one for PCs, one that's not too powerful, but it's just enough to tighten these appropriately. Beautiful. One more to go. Not the fanciest AIO, but it'll get the job done. What we're aiming for. I like how the hub right here like moves around though. I don't know if we're supposed to do that or not. Then we got to put a 5070 here ASAP. The 1660 Ti is not going to cut it. Well, that was easy. That was really easy. Perfect. All right, now we have 2 more cables to set up, RGB stuff, which I have no idea where I'm going to put this. Oh, wait, there's an RGB slot up here. Okay. I was like, wait, where am I actually going to put this? All right, for one, I had to turn my fan on. It got way too hot. Second, this is my whole power supply. It's a 600 watt. I'm scared. I don't know if this computer is going to be able to run off of a simple 600 watt PSU. My editing rig has a 850 watts, and my gaming rig has a, that thing's got a lot of power actually. It's got a 1200 watt power supply. So we're gonna see if this will work. I don't know if it will though. Hopefully this will work. Big emphasis on hopefully. There we go. Or not. I think it's this size. Or not. What the heck kinda, I think that was the right screw size. I don't know. Yeah, these all look the same. So I mean, like, I don't know why it was giving me such of a hassle. There we go. That was freaky, man. I thought something was wrong. Okay. Power supply secured. Perfect. More cables. One of my SSDs that I want to put in here, the screws on it are currently stripped also, so I don't think I'll be putting that in here. Not yet. Okay, so this is the cable for the CPU. I'll just tuck that away. In case you weren't aware, or you're new, that's gonna thread through here and loop around in some kind of way. Let's see, let's get that secured first. That is power to our central processing unit. Gotta kind of work it in there. One of the beautiful things about PC building is literally not being able to see what the heck you're doing sometimes, and just kind of rolling with the punches and praying that it all worked. There we go. That was annoying. That's one main cord in. Next we got this jumbo cable here. And if, you know, I think about it too, I'm gonna need a new PSU anyway once we get a graphics card, because this PSU cable won't fit it. So either way, we're gonna be getting a new power supply anyway. Doesn't matter, whatever. Maybe I'll try to get the same one that I currently use. But that one was also pretty pricey. I think that was like $200 or $300. Maybe like 200. It's a Seasonic 1300X or something like that. I don't remember my PC parts when I build these things, unfortunately. Everything's hooked up pretty much except for the fans. I'm not even gonna properly secure these cables in here because we are inevitably gonna have to replace this power supply anyway. Am I dumb? This is for the damn graphics card. What am I doing? Get rid of some of these zip ties. Not the best cable management, but I don't think it'll stay like this forever, because we do plan to redo that power supply. This is just a mess though. I hate this. Honestly, I'd rather have a bunch of like combined linked fans than this like just slew of just cables everywhere, like trying to interlink with one another. Like, this is just straight up messy. I mean, like, come on. I'd be surprised if this actually powers because 600 watts, man. I mean, luckily our graphics card is pretty weak in comparison. Like, it's gonna be powering a graphics card that's older. The CPU is definitely gonna be a question mark though because of how much power that 9800X or that the 9900X is gonna take to run. I keep thinking of 9800X 3D. Isn't the best CPU either that or the 9950X 3D though? Hard to keep up with all this stuff, man. But we're gonna put all these screws and junk away really quick. Just try to make some space because the only way we're gonna be able to power this thing is by putting it on the floor where my old PC setup was because of the way I have my cable management put together. So I'll see you guys in a second. Again, this is so light. It's hilariously light. We can cover this back up now. Get that nice and secured. Probably put the back panel back on for now because everything does run great. I won't have to come back and take it off. I am very nervous right now. It's always nerve-wracking starting like a new PC up for the first time and questioning whether or not it'll actually do what it's supposed to do. But let's see. Okay, there's power to the graphics card. Oh my God, it actually works. It actually works. Let's go. Let's go. That's the first time I've ever done that. Wow, it actually works. All right, it is somehow powered. I actually can't believe it. You gotta figure out where we're putting everything because this is gonna be a whole new setup. And some things won't have to go where they used to anymore. Let's shut this sucker off really quick. Can't believe we actually got this to work. All right, we can plug a USB-C right here, that's convenient. Then we can plug, this is our mouse. Actually, put that in the 2.0 slots. My mic can go here. A few other cables that can, I mean, these don't have to be anything special. And then this cable goes to my PlayStation. First try, I can't believe it. We'll see in a minute though. We'll have to do some tests to see if this puppy runs. I'm waiting to see if all my monitors and stuff are gonna power on. Okay, I see power to some things. Oh yeah, there it is, MSI. I was running an Asus TUF 570X in my other build. These are just spare AM4 parts now. Like, it's not terrible. Like, the motherboard's still really good. Oh, there you go. Wait, why is it sideways? What? I'm flabbergasted that we got that on one go. Now we gotta figure out why in tarnation this is sideways. I have to set up my pin again. What the hell? Everything's working pretty much for the most part. The only issue is that the 4K capture card that I use is still having like the weird green screen issue that it has. So I'm gonna have to reach out to like Elgato or something and get it figured out. But otherwise, I mean, we got everything working. Now it's just time to put everything back in its place. It is 4:06 in the morning, 4:12 in the morning. Wow, those 6 minutes went by quickly. But yeah, I think we're done here for the day. So thanks for watching me build a PC today. It was fun. I can't believe we one-shotted it, got everything working. Now we just need a new graphics card and a 600 watt power supply. One of my friends asked me, why did I make it look so nice? Like visually, like on the outside of it, like, you know, get a nice case with some semi-color to it. And I'm like, free will, because I can. Like, I do value saving money, but most of the cases there that could actually fit the parts that I wanted weren't really that much more cheaper, maybe like 20, 30 bucks. And I think it just comes down to how much you value in saving. I don't really value saving $20 extra for this. $20 extra gives me something nice looking. Hey, whatever. I don't really care. Like, it looks good. And that's what I wanted. So, all right, we're done for the day. I'm gonna catch you guys later.